Guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to be doing a foundation review over the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Liquid Foundation. I've already done a first impressions on the stick version of this. I'm actually a really big fan of the stick version of this, like I mentioned in my December favorites. So I thought that I would go ahead and bust this liquid version out and put it to the test and let you guys know what I thought. For me, it only takes about 1 to 2 days to know if I really like a foundation or not. I'm kind of a foundation hoarder junkie. I'm just a foundation lover, really. So with foundations, it doesn't take too long for me to know if I like them. But like I said, I've been wearing this for a week, so I'm ready to just tell you guys what I think about it. So I'm going to start off with just the standard, about the foundation kind of facts. So again, this is the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Invisible Cover Foundation, and this is the fluid or liquid version of it. So this is the packaging right here. This is actually the updated version of the old HD foundation. I actually wasn't a really big fan of when I tried it a long time ago, but since this came out as the Ultra HD, I thought it was going to be a little bit more advanced, and I was really intrigued to try it. So that's why I picked it up. It's pretty much the exact same packaging as the old formulation. Again, this is what it looks like. It has a pump, which is awesome. I love pumps on foundations. And the shade that I got was Y245. But right off the bat, I'm going to let you guys know that Y245 in the fluid version is actually just a little bit darker on me than the stick formula. I got them both in the same shade, but for some reason this one comes out onto my skin just a tad bit darker, which I actually kind of found a little weird, but it's not where I can't use it, it's just a little bit darker. This foundation actually comes in 40 shades, so it's a huge shade selection, and it's a lot more than the stick formulation. I believe that they have maybe 12 shades. Don't quote me on that, I didn't look that up, but I do believe that this comes in 40 shades. Both the stick formulation and this liquid formulation are $43, which I feel like is kind of like a middle range for a foundation nowadays. I feel like drugstore foundations are just getting outrageous, and higher end foundations are going up into 50s and 60s now. So this is a little bit more expensive, but Makeup Forever is a higher end brand, so I feel like it's just, it's kind of where it's at when it comes to this selection of foundations. Also, I'm going to be inserting clips of me applying the foundation throughout this video. I'm not actually going to be doing a live demo, but you will see it in small little video clips if you haven't already seen them already. I forgot to mention that at the beginning of the video, but I just wanted to throw that out there really fast. And I'm also comparing this to the stick formulation because I really like it. A lot of you guys asked my opinion on this one, so I thought that I would kind of compare them in this video so you can, decide for yourself if you would want to go for the stick version or the liquid version. So I'm going to go ahead and start off with just the beginning to end with this foundation from application to wear time. So when you pump this foundation out, it is a liquid foundation, so that's what it looks like. It does run a little bit, but it's not really running where it's just gonna slip off your face. It does have a little something to it. Again, this is Y245 or the shade 120. It actually has a really nice texture to it where it's not too liquidy, not too creamy, just a very nice consistency. But I did have a little trouble blending it out with a brush. As always, I tried to use it with the Sigma F80. This is just a go-to foundation brush for me because it's so dense. But when I went to apply this foundation with it, it just kind of clung on to all of my dry patches on my face and was a little difficult to blend out. Oh, with that being said, I like to use it with a beauty blender. The only problem with using the beauty blender is that this foundation is a solid medium coverage foundation. So if you're someone looking for a very full coverage, I can never get this to be full on full coverage because this foundation was designed to look like your skin, but just a little bit better. So you'll never get that full on effect. With that being said, the stick formulation is very full coverage right off the bat for me. It can build up very nicely. It gives me a very full coverage look, but this foundation just never did that for me. When using a beauty blender, it kind of shears it down a little bit more, so I'm actually using more product. So that was one of the negatives with this foundation for me personally. I do like a more fuller coverage foundation just to conceal some of my dark spots, and I know that you could go in and use a concealer to do all that, but I just don't like that much layer of products on my face, and that's actually the reason why I didn't like the Makeup Forever just HD foundation when I tried it a long time ago. I also don't find it to be very luminous by any means. So if you're someone that has ultra dry skin, I probably wouldn't recommend this to you, just for the fact that my skin is super dry right now. I mean, I normally have dry skin, but my skin is like extra dry because I'm using a retinol on my face. So it's like dry to the max. But with that being said, my skin just looks a little dull in real life. I feel like on camera it actually looks pretty good right now, which brings me to my next point. It does look beautiful in pictures and on camera, but in person my pores are so big that it's like ridiculous. They're so big, my face looks a little dry, and I just don't feel pretty when I have this on and I'm just like leaving the house. For some reason, I have no idea. I've tried to work with this so many different ways, and I'm actually not wearing a primer underneath because I really wanted to test the foundation itself. I did use a primer with this one time and I highly recommend it. If you're going to be using this foundation, I 100% recommend a primer before you apply it. Especially if you have pores or dryness, because I feel like you'll need it. And if you have oily skin, I would say use this with a primer. One of my friends has very oily skin and she says it starts to slip off her face after a couple hours. So I would just say use a primer with this if you're going to try it. As weird as it sounds, I feel like it makes my pores and my fine lines look a little bit more pronounced. Which I'm definitely not a fan of. So as far as the wear time on this foundation, it only lasted me about 6 to 7 hours before it started wearing off. I feel like with the stick formulation, I got longer wear time. So I don't know, I don't feel like I love this foundation. I feel like I have the same feelings about this foundation as I did the old formulation of the foundation. So I don't really feel like I'm a huge fan of it. It's definitely not something that I would just go to and be like, oh, I'm going to use this and I have beautiful skin. I 100% recommend the stick foundation though. I think it's amazing, especially if you have normal to dry skin. But like I did mention in, I believe, my December favorites, a lot of people commented on my first impression video that had oily skin and said that they really liked it. So if you're someone that's kind of caught in between and trying to weigh your options to get the stick formulation or the liquid, I would say just go ahead and try the stick formulation no matter what skin type you have, because I feel really satisfied with that one. I really like it, and a lot of other people seem to really like that one too. So I think that that's everything that I wanted to bring up about the foundation. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you were curious about it, I'll go ahead and zoom up really quickly so you guys can see what it looks like with makeup on. So I have bronzer, blush, no primer, under eye concealer, and then of course eye makeup and lip products. I don't have any setting spray or anything like that because I wanted to be able to show you guys what the foundation looks like with makeup on top of it. So I'm going to zoom you up and you can get a closer look. That is it for this video. I hope you found it helpful. Be sure to give it a thumbs up if you did. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're not already. Let me know if you guys have any other foundations that you want me to review or check out, because I love foundation and I love doing foundation reviews. So be sure to let me know. I also have a very unique foundation video coming up, how to get matte skin on dry skin, which I've never seen anyone do before, but it is possible and can be done. I think it would be a really fun video to do. Like I said, I haven't seen anyone else do it, so I'm excited to do it. As someone with dry skin, I like to sometimes just have a very even, flawless canvas, and then I can go put luminous products on top of it. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that in probably my next video, or maybe 2 videos from now. So thumbs up if you do want to see that. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you very soon.